The Quartering Acts, the first of which was enacted in 1765, were a series of laws by British Parliament requiring the governments of Britain's North American colonies to provide the British soldiers with housing and food. The Quartering Acts were repeals or amendments of the Mutiny Act and required periodic renewal by Parliament. The long title of the Act of 1765 was, "An Act to amend and render more effectual, in His Majesty's dominions in America, an Act passed in this present session of Parliament, entitled, An Act for punishing mutiny and desertion, and for the better payment of the army and their quarters." The Act passed Parliament on March 24, 1765 and took effect on May 15, 1765. Most colonies had supplied provisions during the French and Indian War, but this support was disputed after the end of the war. New York was the headquarters of the British Army after the war, and the colonial government provided quartering for the British troops, but this provision expired on January 2, 1764. The first Quartering Act declared that Great Britain would house its soldiers in American barracks and public houses. If more room was needed, however, soldiers would be quartered in inns, stables, ale houses, victualling houses, and the houses of sellers of wine, rum, brandy, strong water, cider, or metheglin. If still more room was required, British soldiers could be quartered in uninhabited houses, outhouses, barns, or other buildings. Colonial governments were required to pay the cost of housing and feeding the soldiers.